begin with. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Welcome, Samson, and a very good morning to you, your panelists, who I believe will do justice to the Galamsey menace, and to Ghanaians who are watching and listening to us this morning.
Assuming I have not heard you about the figures you put out and the particulars and the heads of irregularities or wrongs or mistakes on the part of the EC that you accuse the EC of and for which you say you have not been listened to and therefore you are going to on a demonstration. Please help my viewers, the millions in Ghana and abroad who are watching us this minute. Help them understand what your issues are in the next 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Teacher Samson. I know your 5 minutes is exactly 5 minutes.
I'll hold you to it.
I know. We must say that prior to this exhibition exercise, the Electoral Commission was expected to have given the register to the political parties ahead of time for us to be able to study it. And indeed, the Electoral Commission appropriately wrote to us and indicated that we were to submit hard drives to collect the registers. Unfortunately, this letter was written as far back as July. August came, the hard drives were unavailable to us. Then they reassured us that on the 14th of August, we were going to receive the register. That also passed. Then they communicated that it was going to be received on the 16th. 16th came and passed, and we still did not receive it. Unfortunately, the exhibition was commencing on 20th of August. That meant that we barely had 4 days to the exhibition exercise. That weekend passed. 19th, the day to the exhibition, it was afternoon that the Electoral Commission released the register to us as NDC. That indeed put a lot of strain on us, but we are committed to building our democracy because we've opted for that path as a nation, and it is an appropriate path. It's a peaceful path. It helps to deepen development in nations. So we worked round the clock, 24/7, distributed the registers constituency by constituency basis to all the 276 constituencies and asked them to begin to scrutinize. Whilst they were doing it, we also at the national level ran some comparative analysis by comparing the end 2023 register that was used for the district level election with the 2024 provisional voters register that had been given. So the software analysis, and we shared the exact software that we used with the Electoral Commission when we met them last week, Friday. So far, the revelation are startling. They include 243,540 previous transfers that have been added to the 2024 transfers. 15,000 plus unidentifiable transfer parts. And the question is, where are they coming from? Where were they registered? 3,957 voters in 2023 register who are completely missing from the 2024 register. 2,094 transfers not found in the absent list. And the last but not least is the corrupt files, where you open the file, you don't find the photo, you don't find the name, you don't find the age. So we presented all these in addition to other discussions. But you'll recall that prior to the meeting, based on past experience with the Electoral Commission, which has basically eroded trust between us, we wanted the media to cover it live so Ghanaians and the media will know exactly what had transpired. Unfortunately, the Electoral Commission blocked the media and blocked our request and refused to allow us to bring in the media to cover the program. Let me start our germane concern, because I know your 5 minutes is your 5 minutes. Look, consider a person whose name will not appear on the register. When we raised it at the meeting, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission said, once the person is holding a voter's ID card, they can write the person's name on the register. We vehemently opposed that and said, and I remember saying, that will be the Richard Ahiagba criminal phenomenon. You can imagine the people who may be able to show up there with fictitious ID cards, and then some presiding officers who may be compromised will just write their names and allow them to vote. So that is not something that we should be considering. The other variant is the EC has admitted to some errors. We don't call them mistakes, to some errors. When they correct those errors, how do they expect the people whose errors they've corrected to know that they have indeed effected the corrections? So that led to one of the recommendations that we made, which the EC so far has not spoken to, beyond the fact that they will not permit a forensic audit. And our remedy was that at least there should be a re-exhibition of their corrected or their updated register, so that people who had complaints, people who paid monies to verify their ID situation and witnessed our problems and reported, can be assured that indeed the corrections have been made. Otherwise, we may end up even introducing up, because of, if the person feels that, well, I complain, but am I sure that it's been corrected? Need I go to the polling station on December 7 to reassure that Ghanaian, that ordinary Ghanaian, that yes, it has been corrected? Just re-exhibit the register again.
Right.
Unfortunately, the EC, after blocking the request for the forensic audit of the register and the EC's IT system, also has been mute about the re-exhibition.
Right.
Then it leads me to the issue of what we asked for and what they also asked for. In there, the EC asked that we submit our findings to them. And we also said that since we had made it clear to them that, okay, because our work is ongoing, can we also, in exchange, we didn't oppose submitting our findings to them. We are ready and willing. Can we also have what you claim to have updated, so that in our comparative analysis, we do not excavate and identify problems that you've already resolved?
Omane Boamah, is this not reasonable that, yes, you have given us a part of your issues. We have told you and assured you that we have resolved them. But at this time, we cannot give you the evidence. Whatever extra issues you have, bring them to us. We will resolve those also. And then there is an appointed time when we will give all parties the register one more time. This is provisional. Then we'll give you the final one, so you can confirm if your issues you raise have been resolved or not. Is this not reasonable? Is it not fair?
Samson, thanks once again. This is based on the premise of trust. The Electoral Commission has eroded the last atom of trust that we had in them. And we had a plethora of evidence. Your time limitation will not allow it. Credibility-wise, reliability-wise, and even self-interestedness. As a result of that, we decided that, look, let us deal with the issues that arose out of the meeting. And that is why it is sad that the Electoral Commission, that has transparency in their motto, prevented the media from covering it. Otherwise, a lot of the issues we are raising, you would have had them within your systems already. I have said 4 issues arose, and the 4 issues are interconnected and related. The EC should not cherry pick. What were the 4 issues? 1, forensic audit. 2, that we will submit our findings. 3, that after the forensic audit, re-exhibition, that was a proposal that came from us. And then the 4th is we sent a hard drive, an empty one, that you, even before this meeting, you've been saying you've addressed our issues. If you have, let us have them so that as we keep on scrutinizing the register, we will not be doing double work that you have already done. Of these 4, the EC has said we are not going to permit forensic audit. As for re-exhibition, if Dr. Bosman Asare can inform us what their position is, because we believe after all that they claim they are doing, which we must believe that they are effecting, the people who are concerned, ordinary voters, the people you are seeing on the screen, should be able to confirm that yes, it's been done. Are they ready to allow for re-exhibition? Till date, they've not spoken about that. So 1, they blocked the forensic audit, which we asked for. 2, they blocked the re-exhibition, which we asked for. 3, they have blocked making available their claimed resolution of the issues so far. They won't give us all the 3, but they insist that we should trust that if we provided them with additional information, they are going to address them. This is not equity.
What section 23 of 23.1 of CI 91 provides is that there will be an exhibition of the register. And this is what they say they have done. And you participated in the process. And the purpose of the exhibition is so that there could be inclusion of omitted names. There could be objections to names of unqualified voters on the register. There could be removal of names of deceased persons from the register. Objection to names on the multiple or exception list. Replacement of poor quality or damaged voter ID cards. And correction of errors, such as wrong spelling of names, age, sex, and wrong registration center codes, among others. Is this not the laid down process that allows the correction that you seek? And why do you want to bypass this for an audit? And it does appear you are looking for an audit by an independent body rather than the EC.
What CI 91 never anticipated is the contest of stolen biometric voter registration kits under CCTV surveillance under the headquarters of the Electoral Commission. What CI 91 didn't anticipate is the criminal transfer of voters in their absence from Tamale South to Pusiga. And the EC, now after we put it out, coming to admit that they have now introduced the liveliness test so that you cannot just present a person's photo to the screen and the screen will allow for transfer. Dr. Bosman said they were expecting certain things. If they were expecting, how come they didn't anticipate the criminal transfers that took place? And it had to require the revelation for them to come and assure us that they have now introduced the liveliness test. So, Samson, we are not dealing with an ordinary situation. And unless anybody will want to suggest that a re-exhibition of the register after all the so-called corrections have been effected is going to be against the letter and spirit of the law, we don't buy that. That is one. Two, the forensic audit. It is based on lack of trust. The Electoral Commission says we will not grant it. It is in their bosom. The data is with them. We cannot force them to grant it. But the Constitution also allows us to engage in public manifestation, to take our issues to the good people of Ghana, the very people that we are seeking to protest, so that when they go to the polling stations on December 7th, they will find their names in the register. That is all that we are seeking to do.
A similar exercise in 2016 by the NPP led to scenes that we don't want repeated. Horse whips that were used to whip people, water cannons that were hot water thrown at people. People lost their eyes in that kind of demonstration. Why will you choose that path if you feel the EC is not ready to listen to you? Why won't you choose the path of the arbiter of last resort, the courts?
Samson, you know better. Your knowledge in law is way beyond mine. ADR before the courts. Is this independent forensic audit, which we have even on countless occasions suggested that the UNDP should be the facilitator? And in a variant where political parties can even propose the IT experts to do it. What form of technology-driven ADR would this be? Should we be running to the courts every time? The courts will be choked. So if they don't want the time-tested principle of ADR, and they want us to go and stand in court and be, no, we have opted for the ADR approach. They don't want it.
ADR is voluntary. As it stands now, you are directing the EC. As it stands now, you are seeking to compel the EC. The EC will point you to the Constitution. Article is it 46 that says that they are not supposed to be under the direction of anybody apart from the Constitution. What would you say to that?
Thompson, when we directed them that their arithmetic was wrong, they didn't say they are not supposed to be under our direction during the limited voter registration. They quickly corrected it. We corrected them again. They didn't say they are not supposed to be under our direction. They corrected it. You understand? So let's interpret the Constitution purposely. All I'm saying is, look, the EC, it's sad that the EC is demonstrating to Ghanaians that they have something to hide.
They have told you ahead of time.
Covering the meeting.
They have told you ahead of time that your demonstrations will amount to nothing.
Well, let's cross the bridge when we get there. Coming Tuesday, 17th September, Ghanaians will rise up in their numbers across the 16 regions of Ghana, with the epicenter being Accra, and show that enough is enough of the many errors. I don't call them mistakes. And there are some of them that we are right to suspect are even deliberate. There are some of them that are criminal, that obviously, and they have not even denied the ones that are criminal. We think that if they have nothing to hide, they should accept the forensic audit to be facilitated by the UNDP.
Okay, Dr. Omane Boamah, thank you very much. As you have clearly admitted, today